Please, let's start with doubts. In which question you had doubt in this exercise? Please tell me. 6.2 doubts. Please tell your doubts. Park is saying no, sir. Very good. Sir, can leave and join because of volume issue. Yes, beta, you can do. No issue. Others, please confirm which questions you have doubt in 6.2. Ishan saying no, sir. Good. Others, please. No doubt, Drishti. Okay, Ashita, no, sir. No, sir. No doubts at all in any question. I think we did till fourth or fifth question. I have doubt in sixth question. Just no saying. Okay, beta, just no. We will discuss that. Before 6, any question? Anuranjan, question number 4. Okay. Question 4 and 6 came. Others? Fast. Okay. Vaishnav saying no. Let's see. Just an idea of the questions and then we will go. Let's start. Okay, question 1 is easy. 2 we have discussed that day only, where I have told you that y and z, there is no direct relation between y and z. We have to understand how we can relate them. To relate them, what we did, we equated this y to another angle, that is, suppose m. Suppose m, and then we said both are equal, so m is equal to y. After that, I found this m plus z is equal to 180 by the reason that both are interior angles on the same side of transversal, and by that we found the value of x, sorry, not x. One more thing, in this question we have angle in the name of x also. So this time when you assume angle y and z, assume them as something different, like 3p and 7p, because if you take 3x and 7x, you will get confused with this already given x. I have told you always in class 9th also, sorry, class 8th also, whenever the question is in xyz, we always assume abc as our assumption, okay, or different variable to reduce the confusion. Now, question number 3. I guess this was also done by all of you, so no need. Let's start with question 4 only. Anuranjan is asking. In figure 6.31, if PQ is parallel to ST, this line PQ is parallel to ST given to us. Angle PQR, that is this angle, is given to us as 110. Angle RST, this angle given to us as 130 degree. Find angle QRS. We have to find this angle. Right now, in the given conditions, we cannot find it because there is no relation between these three angles. This angle, and this angle, there is no relation at all. So you have to understand there must be some construction to make it easy. We have to utilize the theorems that we have used by the help of construction. So the construction is very simple. You will write construction. Draw. Suppose I make an AB. Draw AB parallel to. Suppose I make parallel to PQ, such that it passes through. Yes, class. From which point it passes? It passes through which point? Please tell. Yes, Piyush. Good. Others, please try. It passes through. Okay, Parkhi, Angel. Now you all got this. Passes through R. Because our purpose will be solved when we make a line parallel to PQ passing through R. So let's make it like this. like this it will be. Okay, so I will name it as A, B. Now we can say, let's start with the proof. Actually it is not proof, but still I write it proof as only, because here you have to find only, it is a solution, so no issue if you write proof also. Let's start. We can say as AB is parallel to PQ and PQ is parallel to ST. It is given to us in the question that PQ and ST are parallel, and we have made AB parallel to PQ. This implies that AB is parallel to ST also by the theorem we have studied, or we can say AB is parallel to PQ is parallel to ST. This we have got till now. Now, how to find? Let's see. Let's name them whatever we require. Let's name this. One second. We make it. This is angle Q, angle S, and this is angle. Suppose I name it angle M. I name this angle as angle M. Okay. This as N, and this as P. Okay. I have named these three angles. This one, and this one. This is N, M, and P. Now tell me, Kamaljot and others, please help me. How will you find these three angles? Now, which angle is easy for you to find? First of all, angle. Which angle we can find easily? We can find P by the help of which theorem? Please tell the theorem. We know angle Q plus angle P is equal to 180 degree. Yes, Piyush, it is interior angle on the same side of transversal. They are interior angles on the same side of transversal. Don't write this thing, this short form in your copies, okay? Or you will get 0 marks in the examination. Okay. Now, let's put the value. Angle Q is how much? 110. Angle P is unknown, 180 degree. This gives me angle P is equal to how much? 70 degree. I have got angle P. Similarly, we can say, similarly, angle S plus angle N is equal to 180. You can assume this angle also, no issue. Put the value. S is 130 plus angle N is equal to 180. That gives me angle N is equal to how much? 50 degree. Now we have got angle P and angle N. Finding angle M, which was asked in the question, is very easy for me now. How will we find this? Please tell. How will we find angle M? By the property of LP. Very good. So it's very easy now. We can see these three angles are forming a straight line, but linear pair says two angles are forming a straight line, then they are known as linear pairs. Let me take it like this. Angle, now angle P plus bracket angle M plus angle N is equal to 180. Reason being linear pairs. Linear pairs of angles. Now put the values. Angle P is how much? 110 plus angle M is how much? It is unknown. N is 50 degree. This gives me value of angle M as 180 minus 160, that is 20 degree. Yes, and good. Okay, Piyush saying P equal to 70. Okay, I found it wrong. 50 70 लिखा है मैंने. हाँ, P is 70 only. Here you can see. Acha, sorry. Here I've done wrong. This is 70. Thank you. 70 plus 50 is 120. And 120 minus, 180 minus 120 is 60. Thank you. Okay, now let's see the next out. I guess question 5 was easy for all of you. There were many ways to solve the question. You can use any theorem that you want to use. In this case, I'm just giving you a hint. You know angle APQ is 50 degree. Angle PRD, that is PRD, this is 127 degree. And angle PRD is given. Okay. Find X and Y. Now, first tell me which angle is most easiest for you to find in the given question. Yes, Ayush, very good. Others, please tell which angle is the most easiest for you to find. Y is most easiest? No. Y is not most easiest. Not straightforward, I guess. Straightforward is only one, which is angle. Yes, angle X. Angle X is straightforward. It is how much? It is how much? 50 degree. Yes, because they are forming a Z over here like this. A with P Q R. You can see this is equal 50 and this is sorry. This is 50 only and this is X. So X equal to 50 degree because they both are forming alternate interior angles. Now, can we say Y is 127 degree? Please tell. Can I say Y equal to 127 degree by alternate interior angles? Ananya saying, okay, good beta. Piyush, very good. So we cannot say. No, Kamaljot, we cannot say Y equal to 127 degree. This was a trap for you. Please see again. The Z forming here is like this. Kamaljot, see properly, beta. This is A, this is P, this is R, and this is D. This angle was given to you as 127 degree. This complete is 127 degree. Out of it, one part is given to you already, 50 degree. That means this is 127 minus 50 degree. Kamaljot, I hope you got this now. Please confirm. Okay, because this Z is equal to this complete angle, not this portion only. Okay, you misunderstood this. Now, one more way is there to solve this. One more way is there. Please tell me other use. Okay, that will be coming in next exercise. It is a property of triangle known as external angle property. Does anyone know that? External angle property? Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to, yes? No, sir, you saying. Okay. Okay, it will be coming in the next exercise. Don't worry. I hope you all have done this. No, Utkarsh, not 180. Yes, Ananya, good. Interior angle of same side transversal is 127 degree. Yes, beta, whether you can do, no issue. Okay. So you can do this by simple method that 127 is equal to 50 plus y. 127 degree is equal to 50 degree plus y, and then you can solve it to find the value of y. Okay. Sum of opposite interior angles. No, Drishti. Correct. It is correct. Drishti, you are correct. Now, let's see question number 6. Now, as I've told you in the starting of chapter, this chapter is very much helpful to understand motion of light. Ray optics, I've told you. So that will be used now. We have studied in class 8th and 7th in science the laws of reflection. Let me discuss those laws with you first of all. Please be. Sir, we have to construct. Beta what? Parky? The question figures, na? Figures you have to make. Okay, in this question, I guess you are asking. But we have to construct something in this. Without construction, it won't be done. Let me make the diagram. Suppose this is a mirror. This is a mirror. And let me make one more thing. Okay. Like this. 1 second. Okay. We all have studied laws of reflection. Please tell me what is laws of reflection? Please tell me what is laws of reflection? Okay, we have studied in, suppose you have a mirror. you have a mirror, and this is the incident ray. Incident ray. First tell me, we all know we all have to draw a normal to the surface. This is a normal. We always have to draw a normal on the surface where reflection is going on. Now tell me, what is the angle of incidence? Is this angle of incidence, that is A, or is B the angle of incidence? Please tell me, what is angle of incidence, A or B? Moksh saying A. Okay. Both. Okay. Ananya, A plus B. Okay. Utkarsh correct. Piyush correct. Parkhi wrong. Golin correct. Okay, Drishti, no. Lakshay, Ayush, Sanjot, you all are correct. That means we cannot take this one as angle of incidence. The definition says the angle made with the normal. Normal is a perpendicular. Normal is the perpendicular to the surface. It is a perpendicular to the surface. Now, angle with the normal. Angle with the normal is known as angle of incidence. Okay. Angle of incident ray made with the normal is known as angle of incidence. Now, similar way, when the light will reflect, when the ray will reflect, we will get angle of reflection, and that will be this only with the normal. That is why we draw normal, because we want to find angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Please don't confuse with this. Okay. I hope this is clear now. A concept of physics. Angle I is equal to angle R, we have studied. So, laws of reflection says that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Okay. Now, this concept will help us to solve the question. Again, let's see. I'm doing this. Okay. Now, so first of all, we have to draw two normals. We can see at point B, reflection is going on, and at point C, reflection is going on. So we have to draw two normals at these 2 points. Let me make this a bit larger. So you can observe angle at point B and C, we have reflections going on. So at these points, we will draw what? Please tell. We will draw what at point B and C? Yes. Yes, Ayush. Good. Perpendicular, Utkarsh. We will say no parallel lines, Parki. We will draw a perpendicular. Okay. That is our normal. And to draw whatever we draw from our side, we have to draw in the form of dotted lines. Okay. So let's draw like this. First, suppose this is BP and CQ. So our construction is draw perpendicular or normal BP and CQ as shown in the figure. So let's write here. First, let's write what is given to us. I forgot to write the given part. Angle ABP is equal to angle CBP. ABP equal to C. 1 second. This is Q. Okay. First, write PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. That is given to me is PQ parallel to RS. First thing. Second thing is incident ray AB strikes a mirror at B. Reflected ray is this. Nothing is given to you. After that, you have to prove AB parallel to CD. Now, try to remember the day we did those converse theorems. We studied if lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are equal. What was the converse? If angles are equal, then lines are parallel. Similarly, the next theorem was if lines are parallel alternate interior angles are equal. What was the converse? Please tell. I said the theorem was if lines are parallel, then alternate interior angles are equal. What was the converse of that? Yes? Please try. I know it is hard to write that much. Just a hint, you can write. If we can say, okay, sir, P and Q is already given. Oh, sorry, you are right. P and Q is given to you, so you will not take P and Q. Okay, Ayush, very good. Let's make it different. Let's make it PQRS is there. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's take E, F. Okay. Thank you, Yuvika. Let's take E and F. We can't take P and Q. It is already there. So construction is, so lines are parallel, so alternate angles are equal. Okay. 1 second. Construction. Draw BE and CF perpendicular to PQ and RS respectively. So we have drawn two perpendiculars parallel to PQ and RS. Now we all know this is angle of incidence. First one, let's make it small a. This is angle of incidence. Second one, let's call it small b. This is angle of incidence C, angle of reflection D. Now let's start. First of all, if a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then lines are parallel. Very good, Parthi, correct. Let's see now. Solution. First thing, can I say that BE is parallel to CF? All of you, can I say BE is parallel to CF? Both are normals. Can we say BE is parallel to CF? Yes, just no saying. Why? Why can we see that? Why can we say that BE is parallel to CF? What is the reason? How can you say? Tell me the reason. Yes, because alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, okay, alternate interior angles. Let's see. This is a situation. Please see. We have P, Q parallel to R, S already given. And second is we have drawn a normal BE like this. Suppose I extend it like this. This is a perpendicular. Similarly, I have drawn a perpendicular CF like this. If you understand, these two are also parallel because you can see and they are forming a rectangle also. In a rectangle, we all know opposite sides are parallel. So we can say by the construction, we can say BE is parallel to CF. Now let's start. Again, think about this. What is given to you and what you want. Given to you is PQ parallel to RS. You have to prove AB parallel to CD. To prove AB and CD parallel, we have to prove that A plus B is equal to C plus D. If anyhow I prove angle A plus B equal to angle C plus D, I can say that the lines are parallel because we have studied a theorem that if alternate interior angles are equal, then lines are parallel. So I can say my version of to prove is very simple. I have to prove my version of to prove is I have to prove angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C plus angle D. Sir, in a plane of reflection, the angle of incidence are equal. Yes, we will take that. Don't worry. Now things comes to front. Let's see. We can say first of all, angle A is equal to angle B, and angle C is equal to angle D. Why? Reason is because angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Now, tell me why. Plus, we have a relation between these two angles. We have a relation between these two angles. Now tell me how you will link these two. How will you find the connecting link? Utkarsh, very good, beta. Others, please try. We have to find this thing. Our two proofs should have A plus B equal to C plus D. How will you connect them? Yuvika saying corresponding. Yuvika, no, not corresponding. Try to understand, there is a different world of AB, a different world of CD. How can you connect these two worlds? How will you connect these two different worlds? I'm saying alternate interior angles. It is okay. Please tell me, how will you connect AB and CD? They are different entities. Kamal Jyot saying interior. No. Ayush, A equal to B equal to C. No, beta, no. B is equal to C, alternate. Very good, Banidip, correct. Others, you have to understand, I proved here that BE is parallel to CF. This BE, which is a normal, is parallel to CF. So you can see a Z is forming over here like this, BE and CF. This is B, E, C and F. This angle, which is angle B, and this angle C. So we got a connection between two different worlds. So if India and Pakistan is there, we found a common link which can talk with both the countries, and that common link is B and C. B and C, from B from India and C from Pakistan, can talk to each other and they can make a pact between the countries. So we can say, Lakshay, how? Beta, we made BE normal, BE is normal, CF is normal. Both are normals at 90 degree. They are forming a rectangle. And we know in rectangle, opposite sides are parallel. So BE is parallel to CF. If they are parallel and this line BC, you can see BE and this is C and this is F. Obviously, this angle will be equal. Okay, now see. So we got the connecting link. Also, angle B is equal to angle C. The reason is very simple, because alternate interior angles. So we got the link. Now we can say, if B and C are equal, yes class, if B and C are equal, their twice is also equal. We want to reach from this side to this side. Okay, we can say if B and C are equal, their twice is also equal. Also, twice of angle B equal to twice of angle C, or angle B plus angle B is equal to angle C plus angle C. Finally, we can say angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C plus angle D, because A is equal to B and C equal to D. So we have to reach the two proof part somehow. What I did, I proved the connecting link is B and C. If they are equal, their twice is equal. If twice is equal, we can say it is angle B plus B equal to C plus C. And finally, I wrote it as A plus B equal to C plus D. I hope it is clear to you now how we have done this. In all these questions of two proof, you have to understand what you have and what you want, and you have to reach to a connecting link. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, now the next theorem that we will be studying is, Could Yuvika? Okay, I'm done here. Nothing more I have kept to teach. One second. So next theorem that we will be studying tomorrow is angle sum property, that we already know, that sum of all the interior angle of a triangle is 180 degree, and we will prove it tomorrow. After that, we will read the next theorem, that exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. I request you all to read these concepts and try question 1, 2, 3 of next exercise. They're very easy. Okay. Yes, class. One second, let me stop the recording.